Santa Fe days and beading. I think everyone should be able to bead and have beadwork. We, as Indigenous folks, we find beauty in the simplest things. I will bead a rock. I will bead a full regalia. It's what you see is the slightest, littlest things that you would not think that was important. I go find the beauty in it, and that's what I put beads around. And beads are different stitches have different reasons why we use them in our regalias and in our life. And so, like peyote stitch, it's a medicine stitch, and each bead is a prayer. So if you've ever seen anything like a beaded feather, which is used in ceremonial, or just because it dresses up your hat, or you want it in your rear view mirror, those prayers are with you at all times. And so the littlest things, and I go down to grains of sand, so it's the littlest things, but it's still as powerful as the biggest bead that I would use, which would be like crow beads or that sort of thing. And beading, when you come to Santa Fe days, you'll see that I have a big, huge loom that I have designed, and I use it for large strip work. And it's portable. It's a little heavy, but it's portable. And you'll see that I do loom work, and each row will represent a child that's been to Santa Fe days. And so I need all the children to come to my booth, every one of them. And when I started in 2010, I had a lot of rows, and because of where my location was. So then we have this long rows of beads, and when I told the committee and the people therefore of each child is a row, they said, "You're in." And I went, I have made it to Hollywood Santa Fe days. And so now I have many belts behind me, and the belt is the strip of beadwork, and it's called a unity belt. And I'm from where they have 6 nations, upstate New York. So that's where I got it from. Unity belt brings 2 entities together. This, in this sense, it brings Santa Fe days and whoever is helping us. Mr. Rusk at the amusement park, whoever is bringing us. So I beat it in honor of Santa Fe days, and then to give it to Mr. Rusk as thank you for bringing us together as 2 entities. And then the next year you'll see the strip behind me, and I'll be working on a new one. And each child will give me their beads, and I never tell them what to pick, and it's never the same. I have had set of twins, triplets. They are all differently odd. And then, so it's very interesting to see what comes of it, of 5 little beads. And then I tell them other stories of that's loom work, and then I show them other styles of beadwork and why we have it and how we would use it in our daily lives. And I've been beading since I was 6 years old, and I have a funny story about that and how I became a beader, and not a beater, but a beader. And I was 6 years old, and my father was in heavy highway construction, and he was carrying around these children every 50 miles up the road. And so he got with Chief Billy of the Seminoles, and this is my stories, and as told to me and living through it, is that we have all these children and these wives. We need to make 3 camps up the Florida to Maine highway. So Chief Billy and folks said, hey, we're in Big Cypress, bring them all down. And we winter camp there. And then somebody was from Washington DC area, so that's we middle camped there. And then the summer is at our house. And so we had these wagon train, if you want, of folks. And so in Big Cypress, I wanted to know what they were doing. I had to keep me busy, or I'm climbing, coconut trees, So the ladies took me under their wings, and they said, you're going to string beads, and here are your palette. And so in a big basket, I had 5 or 6 different colors, and they were kind of like size of peas. I guess you would call them tile beads. And so I didn't have any needle, I had sinew. And so I had to put each one by themselves on, and I had to memorize the pattern that they wanted me to do. Oh yes, and by the way, I was blindfolded. And I was 6. And I don't know if you know many 6-year-olds, but that it was not happening. And so I learned patience, and I learned to rely on other senses, my fingers, my memory, and also looking underneath the bandana, and because I'm a loophole kid. And so I would do their necklaces that the ladies wore, and the darker the color, the older the lady. And I did there for each year, and I got the 80-year-olds. So I had a lot of stringing of brown beads, black beads, and I try not to use that a lot in my beadwork now, and I don't string beads anymore either, because I don't have to. And so I was 8 years, I did that, and so 3 months of that. And they would wrap my hands if I had the wrong colors. So I always call it my marine style of beadwork. I learned, and I was never going to do that to anybody ever again. And Catholic school people will understand that too, with rulers and such. And so it took me to 8 years old to finally let them begging me, crying and everything, to get a pattern. I wanted a pattern that was in earrings. So I got this, they finally bent, and I got the phoenix, and it's a little triangle bird earrings. And so I've been doing them ever since. And I can do that with a blindfold on now too. But I work with size 11's beads now. And but that's, after I would come home, and I just loved their outfits. I just thought they were just the prettiest things, and I learned why they have their dress and why I have my dress. Mine's a Cherokee tear dress. It was for the Trail of Tears. That's why I wear diamonds, because my folks were on the trail. They have many lines and pieces all put together, and it's because of their the pirates that would come in. They would take the flags and they would cut them up and put them into their regalias, in their clothes. And the netting is just because it's hot down there in Florida, and so it's air, and so and very loose fitting, not like this. Is very heavy. And so I came home, and I told my mother that I wanted to be Seminole, and she got a hold of my father, and he says, oh, we need to do more Cherokee things. And so we took trips to Cherokee, North Carolina after that. and a little to Tahlequah when we could. But yeah, that's when I learned that you don't get to pick your blood. You are what you are, and learn to love it. So that's me. That's how I got to be here. Thank you.